Hi guys, it is Shami. I hope that you're doing well. So I thought I would just hang out with you a little bit. I have some time. So we're going to kind of work in some art journals. This won't really be a tutorial, but we'll just kind of play in some pages that I have prepped before. But I hope you're doing well. This is just kind of impromptu. I'm going to move this back maybe just a little bit. I thought I had it right, but it's okay. Sometimes that happens with the camera. And I actually have to show you, I bought this camera because then I thought I could do like face to face and have the camera facing down, but you have to see this thing. I don't know. I think it's meant for like if you have a laptop, but the cord is really, really tiny. So it doesn't have a very long cord. And as I said, my computer is like almost on the other side of the room. That's kind of my setup because there's a beautiful window. So it does not fit. So I'm going to have to return this, but I'm going to work on another camera too so you can see me face to face. But I just have some journals here that I'm going to be working on. These are my composition art journals. This one is almost completely full. It just has maybe one or two pages that I want to work on, but it's full of stuff. Lots of beautiful pages. I think some I created on here or on Instagram. I don't think I've shared a few of these, but yes, I have to take pictures of those so you can see them, but really fun. This one is kind of a work in progress too. So just a few pages. This is my new one that I started at the beginning of this year. I haven't done much in this, but I've been working in other journals too. So I prepped a couple of pages, so I thought we would work on them too. And then I also have this really cool image that I found from a magazine. So I thought we could work on a page in here that I created for that too. So we'll just kind of create and play. I hope you guys are doing well. I'm so happy to be with you. But I thought I'd do a little bit creativity before I start cooking Thanksgiving dinner if you're in the States. Prepping it at least for tomorrow. So that's fun. This page was a hot mess. I didn't experiment and I used Sharpie and it didn't go over well. So I just kind of covered it up with paint, but it worked out. It's okay. So, hello to everyone. I see there's a couple people here. This is definitely impromptu, so I'm not expecting a ton of people for this live, but we're going to have fun for a little while. So, maybe be maybe 35 to 45 minutes. We'll kind of see, and let's get started. I'm working on one of these pages. Oh, I did want to show you. I found this journal. I was going through stuff. And this is one of the first journals that I made. It's from a cereal box, and I took French when I was in high school for like 3 years. So I was inspired by that. And I think Jenny Belly did her first tutorial on how to make a cereal box journal. So this was one of the first journals that I made. So I wanted to show you how it looks. So it has Paris I stamped on there, and then I found this really cool napkin image that I made, and then I added some lace. And this is actually napkins that I layered on with book pages. So that was pretty fun. And as I said, it's made from a cereal box. Hopefully I can get it open. And I did this kind of wrap thing. And these beads, aren't these beads beautiful? I think I got these from a yard sale. They're so pretty and they're glass beads. Very pretty. And if you open it, I did some coffee dyeing. And there's like a little pocket there. And I did, this is sewing pattern. And then for the pages, I used finger painting paper and I inked the edges and I did some coffee dyeing. So I love this little journal. I had forgotten that I had it and I did like just put a few things in here. And it's just a 3-hole stitch, but it's fun. I was excited when I saw it and I tore the pages and then that's the back. So kind of cool. Actually, I don't even think I did a 3-hole. It looks like it's just 2 holes. So I just used a ribbon and just put it through. But it's kind of great to look at old stuff that you make, isn't it? Kind of see. Wonderful. Alrighty, so let's get started. Which page should we start with? Let me see. Maybe we'll start with, there was a page in here that has this really cool background that I really like. So let's turn to that one. Oh, this guy. So let's do this one. And I think for this one, I'm going to do like a masking technique. So I think I'm going to grab, let's see, do I want a pencil? And maybe think of a word. Maybe I'll put thankful since, it's it's close to Thanksgiving, which is tomorrow. So there's definitely a lot to be thankful for. I'm just going to get up here and grab some kind of pencil or something. And then I'm just going to like think of where I'm going to put my words here. I think I'll do it right in the center. And I'm also thankful for you guys too. So we'll do it both ways. And I'm just making the letters. You can write things out if you need to. I am a notoriously bad speller, so but I think I can handle thankful. Let's do this. Maybe for the A's can be a little bit tricky. I think I'll just do like a lowercase a and then do it like that. That should work. I don't know if you can see that. Maybe we'll just go for it. Let's just go for it. So I'm going to grab some white paint here that are always clogged. I don't know if you can relate, but I always have clogged paints. But let's grab a skewer here too. So tell me, what are you, if you're in the States, what are you making for Thanksgiving? I am going to do roast. I'm getting over a cold. I had a really bad cold, which happens during this season. I have really bad allergies, so it's kind of what goes on at this time. Let me grab some type of instrument. Let's grab a painting instrument. These, and I'm just going to go in my water, get a little bit of moisture going on here. And we're just going to go around the letters. So let's see if I can see what I'm doing here. And you just want to think about spacing for this. I mean, it's not the end of the world. I'm just going to make a T here. And you could even cut out the letters. I do that a lot because, like I said, I am a terrible speller. So if I cut them out, then that works too. So we'll do the H here. And I'm kind of just going to black out the letters first, and then I'll go back in and then, really make it pop. So we're doing rose. I'm going to try this new recipe with pumpkin. It's a pumpkin cobbler, so that should be great. Alrighty, let's do an A. I think we will do that. Do I want a regular A though? I can probably do a regular A. Let's do regular A. Hopefully I do have enough room. Let's see. Maybe we can even bring it down here if we need to too. So we'll do an in. I'm just trying to think about this spacing here. Do I want it over the edge or yeah, let's make it over the edge. Over the middle of the book, I mean. And I'm envisioning in my head what an in looks like. Let's do it like that. We won't overthink it here. Kind of looks like an H, but I know that it's an N. It's okay. We can fix it a little bit if we need to, too. Just like that. Okay. And let's do a K. So we'll do it like this. And then I also love mashed potatoes, but instead of mashed potatoes, I'm going to do cauliflower mashed potatoes. So those are good too. They're so creamy. I served them to my mom, and she didn't even know that they weren't regular potatoes. She can't have potatoes. She's a diabetic, so. Thankful. Let's do F. I haven't messed up a letter yet. Let's see if I can keep that going. We shall see. Oh, but I'm making it too big probably, but that's okay. We're going to do it this way. Let's do a U. You. That should work, I think. Oops. Huh. And you have your baby wipes out. You know, if you're like me, I always need them. Okay, we'll do this like so and like that. We'll do it like this. Oh, looks pretty good actually. It's backwards for you, or maybe you can see it. I can never tell. Okay, so we're gonna just go in and I'm just gonna go around the edges of my letters a bit. And I'm going to try to do these monthly lives every month, monthly lives. I'm going to try to do a live every month. So there'll definitely be one in December. Yeah, and you guys can let me know what you would like to do. So if there's something that you want me to try, I'm totally open to that, or play around with a product. You can let me know in the comments or in the chat, and that'll be fun. But I hope that you're doing well. It's so great to be with you. And if you're watching this later, hello. I'm happy you're here. Thank you for coming. And I'm just going to fill everything in here, just kind of in between, just to make those letters pop out a little bit. You can use whatever color you want for this too. It's so nice to block out letters. And sometimes for like a crazy background like this, I love to do these kinds of pages. I love crazy, colorful backgrounds with lots of layers. So this is a great way to kind of tone things down, make it a little bit interesting too. So it's great. And I'm just using Deco Arts paint here, but use whatever paint you have. I use all cheap craft paint, mostly in my journal. So whatever you have really works very well. I do like Deco Arts. It's very pigmented, which is nice too. But I like Apple Barrel too, and it's totally cheap, so that works. Whatever gets the job done. I was listening to this other creator, and she comes from like a third world country, and she was saying, you know, how difficult it is sometimes, um, you know, when people are a little bit persnickety about using certain supplies, and how, you know, and it was really interesting what she said, you know, just how that can really, you know, make someone not create, and how she tries to encourage her viewers, you know, to use what they have, or, you know, not be so caught up in name brands. And I love, you know, certain brands, and I definitely like getting new art supplies, but that might not be the case sometimes. So I thought that was really an interesting conversation. And that's definitely something that I'm passionate about. I think that everyone should be able to can create, even if you just have crayons and markers, you can still create something beautiful. Okay, so that looks pretty good. I think we have the word thankful. So that looks awesome. Okay, so we can add more, like maybe we'll add some circles. I love circles. You guys probably get sick of seeing my circles, but I just love them. They're so cool. So let's see. Or should I leave it as it is? What should we do? I don't know. And you can kind of just keep layering the paint on. So if you notice that that your letters aren't popping out, then just keep going. Keep adding more paint. Keep adding more layers on top. Sometimes some paints are a little bit more. They really kind of bleed through. So might take a couple of coats of the white paint, and you can use whatever paint you want. Okay, so we'll just let that dry, and I'll decide if I want to add anything else. But I really think circles would be cool. Let's go for it. Okay. So where do I want to put them? Maybe we'll put them so they kind of cascade. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so let's just make some circles. I'm just using a small flat brush here, nothing fancy. And then it's great. You kind of will have those peaks of a mask. So I'm just taking my brush here, and hopefully I'll be able to create with you guys face to face one of these days. Once I get a camera that makes sense, I'm like, oh my gosh. And it would work normally, like for I love Logitech, and that's what I use is actually a webcam. So I don't want to say that it's their fault. And it works great, for someone that is close to their computer, but I'm not. I have a crazy setup. So, oh, I kind of like the circles. Okay, so we'll do that. And you can even make it thicker around so we can really make it maybe so it even connects to the words. I don't know. My journal is all about experimenting. I don't really care how it turns out. I just give myself the freedom to create. So sometimes things turn out really nice. Sometimes they are a hot mess. So but I love it either way. It's fine with me. I just enjoy the process. So I'm just going to make that a little bit bigger. And I am going to add a little bit of line inside the letters, like the U. You can hardly see that that's a U. So we're going to bump that up, but I need the paint to dry a little bit. So let's go here. But I kind of like this. I think it's cool. And then we're going to have to add a splatter because I love a splatter. So there we go. I like that. And maybe let's have one so it cascades up and down. I don't know, but let's just do it. But I love making these crazy painterly backgrounds, and you can add so much interest to them, and they work out very, very well. Let's maybe do something here. We put on a pot of beans today for burritos later, so I can smell them. They smell so good. But I soak them overnight. I like to cook, so I hope you don't mind if I talk about food, but that looks cool. And then I'm just going to add a little bit of water to my brush, and we'll do a little fling. I have to actually use my fingers most of the time. Like I can't do the fancy, like where people just tap the brush. I'm not so fancy. So here we go. That looks cool, actually. So thankful. I like that. Okay, so we'll put that aside and let's move on to another page. I hope you guys are doing well. Alrighty. Let's maybe go into the Altered Book Journal. And I created this page with lots of circles. So let me wipe off my hands there. And I just want to spread that paint around. This is my messy under layer. As you can see, lots of layers here. And let's go to a page. The page that I created. Oh, let's see here. Know that it's in here. It's like a colorful circle. There we go. Kind of cool. So I liked her. I just got her out and I thought it'd be cool if she's kind of sitting on the inside of all these circles or something. So I have to figure out which way I want her to go. And I literally just took a brush. I think it was probably a round brush, kind of like this probably. And I just added rings and then added black and white because I like to doodle. So nothing crazy here. Where do I want her to go? I thought she was smaller, but maybe she's too big. Maybe here. Sometimes I need to take pictures because I put things, I'm sure that I placed her someplace and I absolutely loved it. Maybe there. I don't think that's too bad. Oh, cool. And then she's like within the layers. Okay, let me grab a glue stick here. I love using magazines. They're so much fun. My friend gave me a big stash, and I want to make it, you see that her foot here is a little bit cut off. So I'm going to place that in the black little area too. So then it looks like maybe it's intentional. Maybe you won't notice that she doesn't have a foot. Very good. And I'm just going to actually apply it to the actual person, I think, because I want to doodle with paint pens and glue stick don't mix sometimes. Okay, so let's go here. There we go. I think that'll work. But sometimes I just go through and just create backgrounds in my page. I don't know if you do that, but it just like when I'm having a lazy day and I just want to make something fast, it works out so well. You can just work on adding a few elements to a page and it's done, and you don't have to think about the background. Well, I put her a little bit too high, so but that's okay. We'll fix it. Shoes. And I think that's a great thing about art journaling. You learn problem solving, right? Which is great. Or art in general. You become a great problem solver because you're like, oh, that didn't work out. How do I fix this? Or what's the next step? So even if you have an idea, the times where I have an idea, I just have to take a deep breath and just go with the process. And then I love it. And it's something that I would have never come up with. So you have to be very flexible in your process. Very good. That looks cool. Okay, so she's kind of cool. Okay, so let's do some doodling with her. So I have some paint pens somewhere. Over here. Here we go. And let's add. I'm going to get these started. This is a new pen. These are the white ones. They're the ZSCM pens that I told you guys about last time. I have it linked in this video too because people ask me all the time, but I'm just going to get it started. I think it's good. They work out really, really great, and it has a really fine tip. So just make sure that everything's dry. So let's just doodle in some of these shapes. So for this one, and it's not very opaque, and that's because I need to add a little bit more. Let's give it a shake. Shimmy shake. Okay. Then I'm going to just make some loops around here. I'm going to try to be quick about this doodling because I can doodle forever. It's definitely one of my favorite things. And get completely into the process. So we're just going to make some big loops around. That looks cool. And then I want to add maybe another one. So let's do one here. Same thing. Just looping. Just like that. And let's do another one too. Maybe here. Just like that. So I hope you guys are still doing great. And maybe let's add some dots. I am in love with this. I have my paint pens over here. Not very many though. Probably should grab some more. This hot pink is awesome. So let's add that. Maybe we'll do it against the blue. Maybe in here. We'll just add a lot of little blue dots. A lot of pink dots. It's so much fun. And I'm just moving my hands pretty fast. Oops, and I got on the black. That's okay. I didn't mean to do that. I was going to stick with one, but that happens. It's okay. I think it looks cool. Okay. Let's put them somewhere else. Maybe they'll look great down here. I think that looks pretty good. And then let's do one here. Let's go over here. Just moving my hand quickly. Alrighty. And then you can also play with clothing on your figures. So we can add maybe lines to her or whatever one. She was sitting on a director's chair. So let's see. Maybe we'll add some lines. Maybe let's just do stripes. Just keep it simple. And I don't care if the lines are a little messy. That is totally fine. And you can add more lines. Yeah, I think I like more lines, more messy lines. Kind of mess with the volume of the doodle. You could, color in her pants a different color. So, I mean, the possibilities are endless. Like I said, magazine images are so much fun to play with. We'll do here, we'll do the same thing over here. Lots of little lines here. Just like that. Okay, and we can go in and, play with her shirt too. We can give her different color shoes, maybe purple shoes or something. I don't know. What to do is good. And then for the yellow, I'm going to add just some purple dashes. You can also play with colors. So colors on the color wheel. So opposite from yellow is purple. So those look great together. They really pop up against each other. So you can do that. Let's grab another one. Let's do, and I love this green, but I don't want it to look like a Christmas tree. So I'm going to add some more pink dots here. Ooh, and you know what we should do? We should add some words. I love words. So I try to think, what is she thinking? What would this character or this image say? And I'm going to think about that for a second, and then let's go on and play with the black and white. So let's go here, and I think maybe we're just going to get to these 2 pages. So I'm going to give it a shake, and then I'm going to get it going here, just like that. And let's see here. Let's make some scallops because, as you guys know, I love scallops. So we're just going to go in and add just 3 little scallops. They're not going to be perfect. That's okay. I'm actually sitting today. Normally I stand up when I'm creating art, or have been lately. So that's been fun. And I am just going to add some more kind of lines to this. Just because I think that looks good to my eye. And let's go here. We'll do the same thing. Just add little bits. And then you kind of get that circular shape. And let's do some here too. These I can be a little bit more precise about. I'll just move my hand a little bit slower. It's okay if they overlap. Just like that. And she's coming together. I think that's my favorite part, is like you just keep adding stuff and it comes together if you just keep working. I have a lot of birthdays this month too. Yes, a lot of my family has birthdays, so there we go. My sister's birthday was a couple days ago, so it's fun. Alrighty, so let's go here. And maybe let's fill up this space. I think I'm going to just do the scallops again. And yeah, let's add a few more scallops here. And it's okay if they overlap the other colors. I'm going to make this a little bit wider. Like I said, these are definitely not perfect or pristine, but they're fun. And I'll be careful not to get my fingers into the color, into the paint pen, because I do that all the time. We have some snow still on the ground. We had a little bit of snow here in Colorado. It's just the beginning of the season, though. But we lost power. It was crazy. And then our water was cut off for a night. So that was interesting. Yeah. So I'm hoping that we got all the kinks out for when the real snow hits. But hey, that's what happens when you live in Colorado. Okay, and then we'll go, maybe let's add some pink. Ooh, do you want pink or another color? I have this lime green. This is a Deco Arts pen, which is also really nice too. Might be on its last leg. But let's do something with a red. And I said I didn't want a Christmas tree, and look. I'm going to just do some spirals. I like spirals, so that's what we're going to do. I hope that you guys aren't bored. I know it's probably like, watching someone make shapes. Not the most exciting art thing ever, but it's fun. Here we go. Do this here. My friend lives in Steamboat, so Steamboat is like really in the mountains. They even have a ski resort, and they're pretty much have snow, until spring. So you definitely get cabin fever, but there's a lot to do up there. It's really beautiful. It's a pretty place. Lots of nice people there. Go there. Ooh, I like that. Okay, cool. Alrighty, and let's add some words. Hopefully I heard a pin drop, so hopefully that wasn't any of my white pins. So I think maybe, what is she saying, or what do I want to say in this page? I don't know. I might have to wait a little bit for the words. I don't know. Normally it comes really quick, but let's add a little bit more pink, I think, here with the green. And that's okay. Like, this is a work in progress page. It's going to take a little while, probably. I'll probably add more doodles and more layers, but it's a good start. I think maybe let's do focus. I think she's very focused. Oh, do I like that one? Oh, and it's okay. I'll think about it. How does that sound? But within these little loops, we can also let's add some metallic. I think metallic's good. Okay, just in every other one. Oh, I like this page a lot. And I think when you're creating, you have to tell yourself, I like this, or, have little dances or something, to celebrate the fact that you're making art. I think it all helps, all works. And what's most important, right, is that you love your art and you enjoy the process. So we're just going to fill that in just like that. And what else do I want to add? Do I want to add more doodling? That looks pretty good. And here I'm just going to add like some little dots here, like white dots sometimes. You don't have to add a ton of them, but just a few. And then I think we'll go back to the other page. Like I said, I could doodle forever, but at least maybe we'll have one complete page. And this one I will post on Instagram once I finish it. I definitely see that I'm enjoying this process. So I'll have to figure out what I'm going to say. I want to definitely add some more words. But I love how that looks. It looks kind of cool. And maybe let's do one more color, maybe orange. I don't use any orange, really. So maybe let's make like some orange little circles, and I can outline them to make them pop a bit more, but let's just add some. And let's add some here too. I'm just moving my hand fast, not overthinking it. Okay, good deal. So let's move that aside. I'm going to finish this at a later point, but I like the way it looks. It's like a vortex of some sort. Okay, so let's go back to this one. It should be nice and dry, or dry enough, dry-ish. The fun part about acrylic paint is that it dries pretty fast. And then let's play with this one. And I think we're dry. I'm not getting any like thing coming up, so that's good. You can also tell too when your paint's cold, then probably needs to dry a little bit longer. Alrighty, so let me grab a black paint pen of sorts. We have the Posca. Thought I had a big one. Do I have one over here? And I'm just, this is my little container. Oh yeah, there's one there. And as you can see, this was not planned. So, okay. So on the inside of this, I mean, you could even outline on the outside too. Actually, maybe I'll do that. So I'll show you just a few different things that you can do. So we'll outline a little bit outside of it. And then for this one, we can do on the inside. So where the masking ends. Okay, and this one I went a little bit above where it ends. Do that. If you're ever in Steamboat, they have this, I hope they still have it. It's a cafe. It's called Cafe Sheba. Oh my gosh, they make the best crab bisque. Oh, it's delicious. So it's really good. They have really good food there. So we're going to outline the A here. And my friend, they have where you can do sledding down this huge mountain. It looks so much fun. And they have you can have a picnic too. Oh, it's so beautiful. Steamboat is definitely pretty. And they give you hot chocolate and a really nice meal. It's really cool. And then they have a balloon festival there too, I believe. So there's lots to do there. It's not just, snow, but I think the people there definitely can get cabin fever. So let's do this. But I mean, you probably wouldn't live there unless you love the snow and skiing, right? The skiing's awesome. So we'll do that there. So I love how that looks. That looks so great. And then for these, let's maybe get the thinner little white pen or black pen, white pen. And we're just going to make just loops around. Just like that. And it's resisting a little bit. That's because I have texture. So that's why we're getting the resistance. But I like this page. I think it turned out really great. So thank you for hanging out with me as I babble on. And create art with you. And let me know what you want the theme to be for next month. For December, we can do, I don't know, something related to the holidays if you want, or something else. So let's just make some loops. And I'm holding the pin back. And I mean, you could even do this with your non-dominant hand just to loosen yourself up a bit. And I'm just creating rings. And of course, you could have just outlined it, but I think rings are interesting. So I did clog my pen a little bit. So just make sure everything's dry. And you can maybe scribble it off if you need to. Very good. Oh, I like that. Okay. And then once this dries just a little bit, we can go in and even make those letters pop more. Oh, and you see, look at this. I totally got it on my arm. I told myself not to go over the paint pen, but it happens. Even though this is thin, it does bleed. It does take a little bit for it to dry. But I like that. I like the way that looks. And actually, I don't mind that it's smudged a little bit. I might want to do that for the other ones too. Let's see here. At least some of them. Yeah, I kind of like that smudged kind of look. What do you think? I mean, this one's pretty pristine, but that one has just a little bit of smudge. I kind of like that a bit. And I mean, if you wanted to take this further, you could even write out the things that you're thankful for. And I think that is always a great practice, right? To think about all the things we have to be thankful for. And then I'm just going to go in and outline again, kind of embellish the black lines that I made. Probably should have waited a few more minutes, but I'm a roll. Let's do that. And then maybe for this one, we'll just do circles or little dashes. And it's just going to make the letters pop a little bit. So I hope if you're in the States and you celebrate Thanksgiving that you have a wonderful time with your family. So we'll just do dashes here. And then we can even go in and you could add another little color if you wanted in there too. Oh, and then I like to leave some blank too. So I like to leave some that I did not treat with the embellishment. I think this looks pretty cool. Maybe we can do it with the F. Just like that. And then maybe the L. Wonderful, but I like the way that looks. Very cool. So do we think it needs anything else? I don't think so. I think that's a pretty great page. So that's cool. So I'll check the chat and see if you guys have any questions. Hello to everyone. Wonderful. I'm so glad that you're here with me. So that looks pretty good. Wonderful. So I think we've been on for... Oh, thank you for coming that far away. Hello from the Netherlands and Switzerland, if my eyes aren't deceiving me too. Hello. Oh, that is awesome. I'm so glad that you're here. So I think that page is pretty much done. I like the way that looks. And let's maybe see if I've thought of anything to add to this one. I haven't. I think I'll finish this one off camera because I definitely want to add words, but I don't know which one. dots. But we can embellish. I like to outline some of the oranges. We get the orange little circles. So we'll just add dots inside just to give it a little bit more interest. Nothing fancy, right? Just dot, dot, dot. We can do that. And maybe we can play with her microphone. Okay, I have some gold. I have a gold here. So maybe we'll add some gold in there. I think that's pretty cool. Yeah, I like that. And then we'll go in here. The thing with filling things in is I can go overboard and then it just looks like a hot mess. So I'm going to try to tell myself, don't fill everything in. Very good. I'll do something like that. Perfect. The megaphone. We have a gold megaphone. I think that's pretty cool. And then let's maybe add some gold dots on her shirt too. Very good. That looks awesome. And then maybe for this big one, I'm just going to add some gold little dashes or lines. That's the great thing about doodling is like when you start doing it, you get more ideas. There we go. I like that a lot. And then I'll just leave some room for the words. They'll come to me. Okay. And let's see what else. Maybe here we can add maybe just some bumps. Just like that. And then in between these, we can just add a little bit of dots. I think this has a metallic finish too, which is nice. Wow. Well, thank you so much for joining me all the way from so far away. That is so awesome. Makes me so happy. It is wonderful how we can connect. I mean, the internet is so great for a lot of things, isn't it? And one of them is that we can connect with each other from so far away. I think that's really awesome. That looks pretty cool. So I think we're going to stop there. I'm going to figure out some words to add. But thank you so much for joining me. If you have any questions, you can let me know. Oh, it was a fun page. Thank you. Hello, everyone. Very good. So I think we'll end here. We're almost at an hour, but we created 2 pages together and you listened to me gab. So thank you so much for joining me. And it was so much fun. And we'll definitely do this again. So I hope you have a wonderful day. And I will definitely show you how this page turns out. I'm excited to try it. I think I'm going to prep another page like this too. But yes, so much fun. And this one is slowly filling up. This is another one I prepped too. So I just took my brush with different colors and just added. So we'll see where this one goes to, but it's so fun. And this is one that I'm working on too. So I did get a little bit of tearing here, as you can tell. So I need to go do a little bit of cover, but it was still fun. It was a fun process. So we'll see how those go, but thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you guys next time. Have a wonderful day. You're so awesome. It was such a joy. Bye-bye, everyone.